Please subscribe, share, like, comment, like and share. Time is it? Oh yeah, it's time to go back to Malta.
Sun is coming up, are you ready to go? We can take a ride, we can take it slow. Well, it's my law, I'ma let you be the boss, 'cause I'll go where you go.
This morning we're heading out to St. Peter's Pool, and I have to tell you that the ride was worth it because we were going through twists and turns of streets and small little goat path roads. It was an adventure and definitely something you gotta do. All right, we just got here to parking at St. Peter's Pool. It's €3 to park the car. You saw that we went through what looked like a safari brush to get here. And when you eventually snake through, you come to the most stunning coastline and really cool hip hop music.
Coming in, flex. I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with,
This is so cool. St. Peter's Pool in Malta. Incredible swimming hole. People are jumping off the cliff there, swimming. Drinks up here, awesome. We are absolutely doing this right now.
Here we are hiking again in flip-flops.
So it's kind of got like a little Woodstock vibe going on, where this is kind of like a hippie-ish kind of feeling place, and just very beachy, and everyone's just kind of out into a groove. Loving it. Awesome!
Hey Mark, how you feeling?
Is this how you get up?
Yeah.
That was an experience.
Success.
It was success. We did it. Good job. So after a ton of sun and fun jumping off St. Peter's Pool, it, as you can imagine, was time for me to eat. I worked up a huge appetite. And tonight, I wanted to go for some local, authentic Maltese dishes. And many of you in our last video on Malta left me some suggestions to try Nenu the Artisan Baker. And here's the good news. That is exactly where we went, and that's exactly where you're going right now. The Artisan Baker is gorgeous. It is this beautiful restaurant that's tucked downstairs in a limestone cavern, and this place has been here for quite some time, serving up not only the specialty Maltese bread, but really delicious Maltese dishes.
Cheers.
Cheers. And dinner started off with Maltese bread, the specialty here at Nenu the Artisan Baker. And this bread lives up to its reputation. It was so good. Let's jump into literally some of Malta's traditional dishes, starting with the fried rabbit, which was so good. But I have to tell you, I was a little bit surprised because I went to use the fork and knife, but was told this is a dish best eaten with the hands. And you know it's me when I travel, sausage is on the menu, and what better place to have authentic Maltese sausage than the Artisan Baker. Now what's interesting about this sausage is it has all the spices and flavor of Malta, but it actually follows the Portuguese process. The Brits brought the sausage to Malta, but the actual process of making it follows a tradition in Portugal. Now this is a traditional dish that I have never had before, and it's called the beef olives. And there are actually no olives in the dish, but it's named olive because it resembles the shape of an olive, but it's very much like a brujol. So you have the meat, the beef that is stuffed with herbs and spices, and it's like a slow braised beef, and it was delicious. And one of my favorite dishes, the pork belly. I love pork just about every way, and the belly is one of my favorite cuts because it is so juicy and tender. And Nenu did an incredible job.
Been feeling trapped down.
Pull all the way up, Mark. You're fine.
I don't know what for. Feels like I'm gonna lose.
Oh, scraping the curb.
Silence takes a hold. I can't.
And that's how you do that.
I'm being chauffeured around. This is nice.
All right. We are on a mission to find the best Pastizzi in Malta, and it is apparently at Crystal Palace, which is in the middle of the island.
Let's do this.
Pastizzi, I see it on the menu, top of the list.
It looks good.
Oh my God, it looks so good. And then 3 Maltese coffee, please. We've got our traditional Pastizzi, which has the pea in it. Look at that. Beautiful pea, mashed pea puree. And look at how buttery this dough is. So good. This is the cheese, this teardrop version here, and this scrunched up little purse version is loaded with anchovy. Ryan, can I give you a little bite?
Very good. I love the crunch.
Right? Now, Anna, I want you to try the pea. I want you both to try the pea and tell me what you think.
That's surprisingly good.
Right? Isn't it?
I mean, you wouldn't think, but
No, you wouldn't.
it's savory, really flavorful, and the texture.
You picking up on the salt in there, right? Isn't that good?
I love it.
Possibly the coup de grace is one of my favorite flavors in the world, thank you. And that's the anchovy. I just want to put it right on my hip. Because that's where it's going anyway. And it is yum-bo good. This entire breakfast was 5.5 euros for 3 coffees and 3 awesome pastries. How cool is that? So if you're a Game of Thrones fan like I am, then you're going to be very pleased to know that Malta was one of the filming locations for the series. As you can imagine, it makes a lot of sense because this place is beautiful, but it's also ancient, so it fits perfectly with the backdrop of Game of Thrones. And this morning, we are heading out to Medina now. And Medina, also known as the Citadel where Cersei reigned, is a beautiful limestone city with killer views of the island and, of course, a whole lot of fun.
Malta have 2 cathedrals.
We are on our way into the capital city, Medina, on a horse and buggy. And when I say buggy, I mean the smallest buggy in the world.
Main gate, a brick gate. This is a big building in Medina.
This city is so stunningly beautiful. Charming corridors that we can barely fit through. Whitewashed stone, limestone walls, cobblestone, brick streets. I'm feeling like Maltese royalty. This is the best way to explore this capital ancient city. Malta is actually 3 islands, and we're going to another island today called Gozo. And this place is cool because we are heading to a temple, the Ggantija, which is actually the first or second oldest religious structure in the world. And I'm talking older than Stonehenge and older than the pyramids, which actually make this pretty darn cool. So to get to Gozo, you actually have to take a ferry, which is about 45 minutes on the other side of the island from Valetta. And let me tell you, it was an experience. It is steaming hot down here, so we're going to the roof. And when that ferry docks, it's time to go, and you gotta move. So when you get to the ruins, it's actually part of a museum. So you go into the museum, it's nice and air conditioned, which is great because it was super hot there, as you can imagine, at an archaeological dig. So the museum shows you all kinds of artifacts and elements of the history of this ruin. But when you get outside and you actually get to the Ggantija, you'll see that it's this round, if you will, cathedral-like dome structure, pile of stones, if you will, and it was super cool. But you can wander through it and check it out. It is super old, it was super hot, and it's something you have to do when you come to Malta. All right, so after a hot and sweaty day at the oldest freestanding structure in the world, we are now going to Baia Beach Club to what looks like an incredible afternoon of fun in the sun.
I have a reservation, Mark Felice.
Hi. At Baia Beach Club, you know we're gonna hit some drinks, we're hitting the water, I'm gonna get a massage, and we're gonna have some fun.
Oh yeah. Oh, I felt something.
Mark's gonna get a treat. You're gonna get a big surprise.
Up on the roof! There's all kinds of stuff going on here. And most importantly, we are having a great time. Beach Club was awesome, and now it's time for drinks. And we're gonna do it my style, which is on the roof. So we're gonna check out Taza Rooftop Sky Bar. We have arrived, Taza Sky Bar, and this is, from what I can tell, one of the highest rooftop bars in all of Malta, and it looks awesome. Let's have a drink and take this view in. All right, so for dinner, we decided to head to Spinola Park to a restaurant called Manoosh. And this is really a cool craft bakery and restaurant. And the food is French, so the process and technique is French, but the actual ingredients are Maltese. And let me tell you, I had the best burger of my life. Yay! Look at that burger! Wow. Beautiful tomatoes and onions, lettuce, a brioche bun with the sunny side up egg, exactly the way I like it, with some minced chive. And this is cooked to perfection. C'est parfait. I love Malta, a tiny island with big surprises. The people, the culture, the food, and the history. This place rocks. Malta was really cool, and I hope you all liked it, but stay tuned because next week we're going back to Italy, and this time I'm checking out Puglia, which is the heel region of Italy, and this place is awesome.